With these processes I just sent you, when you get control of your straw man, your corporation, what they gonna do? What can they do? They can kidnap you. They can, try to force you. But you got to understand that, first of all of that is energy. Normally I do try to go into energies with people because this is how they get us to fear. They get us to fear things because we don't understand energy, and we don't understand how we are creating the things that happen in our universe. A cop, beating you or doing all that other stuff, I'm gonna just tell you straight up, energies. What the hell? You beat up somebody else. I ain't gonna lie to you, because people don't want to hear that. They want to act like they're a victim. None of us are victims. None of us. None of us. That guy who getting shit stolen from him all the time, him, the universe is showing you a thief. Seriously. We see it all the time. You ever seen somebody that be telling you about their relationships? They be like, yeah, all my exes, they lies and they cheat and they this and that and that. That's because that person is a fucking liar and a cheater. And everything they said that person that they was in a relationship is, they are the exact same thing, because that's what the universe is showing you. They only get an energy that they put out. Everybody is a reflection of you. If you are seeing this shit happen to somebody, that's energy that they put out. There are no victims. I don't care if it's a baby. I don't care if it's a woman. A woman that's getting raped. A woman got raped. That's the universe showing you somebody who violated somebody else. Oh, I know it sounds harsh. Come on, diva. Shit, come on now. Ain't nobody supposed to be raped. Okay, the universe is telling you. You just don't understand the language. She's not going to tell you. She ain't going to tell you she violated somebody, but the universe told you. So when we seeing all these people, even these people who go into jail, and we find out, he didn't really do what he'd been accused of. He's still guilty of some other shit. I know we don't want to hear that shit. Nah, we victims. We victims of the system. We victims. No, he's guilty of some other shit, because that's the only way that energy comes upon you. Let me help you understand something, because we don't understand history. I'm going to tell you some shit, and I know it's going to sound deep, but we need to do our research so that we can understand what's really going on. Now, what we are not recognizing and understanding is the true history. The original slaves in this country were Caucasians. So now, if we're understanding what was going on, these Moors was enslaving these Caucasians, bringing them over here from wherever, and see, Europe used to be part of Africa. Come and find out, these damn Caucasians coming over here, they used to be called Africans, not melanated people. Negroes used to be a term associated with them Caucasians, or non-melanated people, because they was mixed with monkeys. That troglodyte Negro, or troglodyte nigger monkey or something like that, they was mixed with that shit. The Moors knew that, which is why they was like, we don't want them to be citizens because they are not fully human. So we go back and look at this 14th Amendment, and we keep talking about they said the Negro or the slave is not fully human. That wasn't originally you, dummy. That was originally the Caucasian, because this is a scientific fact. They are mixed with primate. They have primate blood in their DNA. That's a fact. And these are the things that we don't know. We don't know our history. We don't know science. We don't understand, what the findings are. Because when they start talking about this damn evolution, we found primate in our DNA. You found primate in your DNA. You ain't found it in mine. Highly melanated people don't have that primate blood in their DNA. All right, that comes from the fact that they were mixed. Somebody went in and took out the melanin out of the genes and created this being. And so now you come up with what we call a recessive type, but we need to understand even what is a recessive gene. So we won't go into that, but what I do need to go into is that everything was switched. All of the terms were switched, and this switch took place, according to my research, around the mid-1800s. This is when we had the Reconstruction era. This is when we had all of the lynchings going on of the Moors. This is when the Civil War was taking place. This is when Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. This is when he had one of the United States corporations, he had folded it or bankrupted it. So there was a lot, which is why he was assassinated, supposedly. So there were a lot of things going on in that mid-1800s period. Now, I bring that up to say that the fact that we don't understand what true history was and what really went down, it makes it hard for us to see really what's going on when we look at this dimension. It's hard for us to see, without having the history, what the universe is really speaking. So let's understand this. The original slaves coming into the Americas were non-melanated people. We're just going to say non-melanated people, the modern day Europeans. What we forget, or what we don't understand, is that the Moors were enslaving them. Also, when you get a chance, look up bathhouses or Moorish bathhouses. This is where you had the Moors were bringing Caucasian women. Now, what they were doing, these Moors were making deals with other nations to bring in Caucasian women as concubine. So the deal was, if you're another nation and you want to tread on the United States territory, you got to pay these Moors with tribute or booty. That tribute or booty was Caucasian women. Booty. That's where the term comes from. Give me some booty. That's where it comes from. So you got these Moors making deals, and they putting these Caucasian women in these bathhouses, and they are, going in and out. The women are just naked. They're going in and out of them, raping them at will. This is where you're getting your mixed breeds from, your Indians, your Mexicans, your Peruvians, all these other mixed breeds. They're coming from them, getting their swirl on with these women. And so here you got these the Moors that are doing this. They've got these women that they have as concubine. They've got these males, these Caucasian males that they have over here as slaves, and they're mistreating them. Just so you can have the opportunity to go back and look this stuff up yourself. Also check out the Daughters of the Revolution, or Daughters of the American Revolution. Those were your Caucasian women concubine. That's where they came from. Because what ended up happening was these other nations that were trying to get their hands on the United States were training these women to raise up and be revolutionaries, as they sent them over here to be the Caucasian women as concubine. They were trained, they were sending in Trojan horses, if you will. So that's one of the ways that the demise of the Moors came about. They were thinking with the wrong head. All right, so now when we look at this, what we have to understand is that just because you die and you didn't see that energy come upon you, doesn't mean it went away. It doesn't go away, because our spirits never die. Not melanated people. Oh, we're coming back up in this piece, especially if you haven't learned who you are as a being. So when you come back, every energy that you put out before in that previous vessel, it's coming back with you. So then when we look at the prison industrial industry today in the United States, we have to wonder why the United States has such a large amount of incarceration in this land. What happened in this land to cause so many melanated people to be incarcerated in that way? This universe does not work on happenstance. Everything that's happening to us as a people, you as an individual, is energy that was put out by you and your spirit at some point in time, and it is just returning to you. So when we look at the prison industrial industry today, we can see that all those people in that jail cell, something went down with their spirit at another time. So the ones who were being incarcerated are the ones who were doing the incarcerated in the history. And you can see this when you go back and you look at what really happened and what really went down in history. The ones who were doing the incarcerating, all these Caucasians that call themselves so mad at melanated people, the KKK and all of them, those were the ones who were enslaved. Those are the spirits that were originally enslaved. What you are seeing is a return of the energy that our ancestors, which really is us, put out in another time frame, because the spirit does not die. It just came back, and we still the same battling spirits. The roles have just been changed to deliver to us what we delivered at one point in time in history. Now the question becomes, how do we resolve that? Well, you change your energy, and you become more aware of every energy that you put out at all times, because we need to understand and remember that every energy that you put out must come back. That is a universal law.